As I was breathing and cleansing, I noticed colors of purple and blue showing in my mind's eye. And so as I shuffle these cards, I am noticing the very strong purple and blue on the back, as well as on the amethyst that was right on top of the deck. Perhaps that's meaningful to you. I also didn't mention this shell. The purple and blue that are within. We have the Nine of Earth in reverse, the Garden card. So despite there being a beautiful, lovely garden, all filled with blossoms, plants, an abundance of fruit and vegetables, there's something happening right now that's casting a veil over your eyes, or that's left you wandering away from that garden, temporarily forgetting that it's there. Welcome. You have the Sage of Fire in the reverse. So the embodiment of fire that feels like maybe the fire became too great or too hot. It felt really difficult to control. Maybe the fire was ravaging within you, within others around you. And while you typically are able to harness the fire and channel it in really productive and commanding of ways, I'm getting this feeling of like not just getting burnt, maybe feeling burnt out from all of the energy it takes to harness the fire for yourself and or for others. Or maybe others came near you wanting to also harness their fire. I'm seeing in my mind's eye this ability to harness fire masterfully as though others have seen and witnessed you create, forge forward in ways that you haven't done before, that others before you haven't done before. And I'm getting this feeling that others around you also wanted to do the same, or perhaps were envious of the ways that you are able to bend fire to your will. But something occurred, whether it was a single event or this gradual feeling of tiredness, of fatigue. Tiredness and fatigue of handling the fire at that level of mastery, that level of skill. You know, it's interesting when we see people who are highly skilled in areas, when we witness them doing whatever it is, for the other person or the other people who witness, it can seem as though this person does it with ease, right? Like through all of their hours of practice, all of their time dedicated to their craft. We see I was going to say fluidity, but it's that fluid movement and manipulation of an element. And for you, it seems as though your mastery, your element of mastery has been fire. And so again, perhaps it's people coming around and wanting to engage in that type of motion, that type of manipulation of the fire that they have near you, to try to join you in that. Or it could be this feeling of not being able to, and having some envy, resentment, jealousy, depending on who these people are in your life. Or it could be other people in your life that are like, oh, well, you can handle this fire within yourself with such mastery. Why don't you do that for me? And so others wanting to position their responsibility outside of themselves onto you. And so while you are able to move fire to your will, to create, to push through, to figure things out, and really channel that Aries energy of moving forth on paths that haven't been traveled before. Harnessing a skill at a high degree for a long time can be incredibly taxing and incredibly difficult on the mind, the body, the nervous system, the heart, the will. And so it feels as though you are in a place of feeling the strain. That while, yes, you can absolutely do these things, you are more than competent, it's wearing on you. With the other card that we have, it's the Star card. Number 17, Evolving Light Codes. With the Star card, I often get the image of a light shining brightly in a dark space. Not just because, stars are in the night sky or when we're able to perceive them from Earth. It's when, the sun has set and we're able to see the stars against the night sky. But it's more of the contrast between the light and dark, and the energy of the light that helps fuel creation. And that to create, it's difficult to not be seen, even when you are in the dark, because your creation process emits light. And so this card is encouraging you to not retreat. Don't hide. Don't dim your light. Even if people around you are criticizing you, looking down on you, calling you selfish, saying that maybe you're just seeking attention, you just make things look so easy. Whatever type of messaging you might be getting that's trying to push you further and further into the dark, trying to dim your light, you are meant to shine. The light that you emit is astounding. And the more and more they push you into the darkness, the brighter and brighter that you shine. So keep shining. I just realized too the colors of these cards. There's a lot of, again, that blue and purple, especially in the star card. The blue and purple together makes me think of a few different things. One is connecting with the crown and the throat chakras. That combination may be particularly important for you at this time, engaging in the healing of those. Wow, I'm getting tripped up right now. And I started getting tripped up when I saw this bit of yellow here. So the combination of tending to the crown and the throat chakras will be particularly important for you. But when I got it tripped up was at the yellow, which is the solar plexus. Perhaps it's been difficult to feel like you can tap into the courage within. So this may be where some of your blockages may lie, that is informing some of the sensation I'm getting is this slight like grittiness. It's not necessarily gritty in the terms of like large grains, but very fine grains like sand in the throat. And the crown just feels a little thin, just a little thinner than what it might typically be for you. So that signals to me that perhaps the way that you channel messages from the divine, or the way that you tap into your creativity, is channeling those downloads from the Akashic cloud and allowing them to express through your voice. So something there And again, I'm getting a lot of the blue and purple. There's some type of clearing that can be done with some intentional meditation, mindfulness. And maybe that is why at the beginning of this reading, I felt like I had to intentionally breathe in divine light and release debris. That's what it feels like in the throat. It's this debris. So something that you could try is engaging in a similar breathing practice to help release that debris from your throat chakra. But it seems like you're having a lot of blockages there in the solar plexus. But let's take a look at what messages have come through for you in terms of the crystal mandala deck. We see 3. So there is purification. The stone associated with this is black tourmaline. We also see grace for the grand gesture, the stone being malachite. And we also have the untamed with the stone amber. Ooh, do you see that? Yes, this will be particularly helpful for the solar plexus. Wow. Let's go ahead and start with purification. We bring you the gift of purification. This is your chance to let go of what you no longer wish to hold. It might be a toxic burden within your body, mind, or emotions you wish to be freed from so you can feel lighter, happier, and more energized to attend to the things that matter most. We come to you at a time when you have become overloaded with energies, thoughts, or even perhaps physical toxins or possessions, inhibiting your capacity for joy and vibrancy. If there is any fear within at the prospect of releasing something from your life, be reassured. This cleansing is a loving grace that will help you feel happier. We are not here to take anything from you, but rather to free you from what no longer wish to hold on to. The more you are willing to allow us to assist in this process, the better and clearer you shall feel. Insights into your relationships, choices in life, and issues that may have confused you will become very clear. You will become more aware of your truths and feel empowered to live your life on your own terms. There is only benefit to gain here, and our blessing comes straight from the loving heart of the divine to assist you. It sounds like this card will really support you in the releasing, the cleansing of that debris. Next, we have grace for the grand gesture, number 15. We bring you the gift of grace for the grand gesture. Although there are times when even the smallest act, such as choosing to think a positive thought, is enough to transform your world, there also comes a time for the leap of faith, the grand gesture of unconditional trust that will free you from the past and empower the universe to gift you with a new future. The grand gesture is the big step, the willingness to say to the universe, I trust you, and I know it is time for life as I've known it to give way for a bigger, bolder experience, and I am willing to allow you to lead me into it. You then make an offering which confirms your declaration and empowers the universe to reward the faith you have demonstrated. The grand gesture cannot be forced. If it comes from a place of should or uncertainty, then you are not ready. The grand gesture must be unconditional. It must be something you offer, not for what you can get in return, although the rewards will be rich, but because you are willing to offer something of yourself in service to love. When it comes from this place, the grand gesture is a trigger for divine grace to express itself in your love or in your life in an entirely new way, surpassing all expectations and showering you with blessings. Number 48, Goddess Freya and Amber, the Untamed. We bring you the empowerment of the untamed. To be untamed is to be true to oneself without condition. It is freedom, but it is not always easy. There are many belief systems, some of which are considered to be essential and beyond question to mainstream human society, which would mark an untamed spirit as a dangerous and suspicious creature, even though that untamed spirit serves unconditional love. Yet, to be untamed is the only way to discover who you are and live your divine destiny. Behind the clothing, the social masks, and the stories you tell yourself or that others tell you, there is a beautiful, wild, divine creature that wants out. Uncage that divinity and watch your wild beauty emerge as you and your world transform through raw grace. This is your invitation to shine unapologetically and trust that you are divinely meant to. Thank you for doing this work.